this is going to be a question and answer session. Mrs. Cassandra, I want to thank you very much for the first session.
It's fine. That's fine, Ifunaya. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I came back. I was thinking if there was any questions, I would just stay back. But if you're about to start a new session, I would like to just, go. If that's fine.
Yes, you can. This is still your session, but since we are using a free Zoom, that's why we have to break it into 30 minutes. So
Okay.
yes. So leaders, if you have any question, please you can use the chat box or mute yourself and quickly do that. Ask. Okay, Ma, there's a question from the president. It says, is academic qualification a factor in securing scholarship?
Okay. Thank you, Kinsley. So it depends on which scholarship. Okay. So for Chevening, for example, as long as you pass your university or even your HND now, even you can actually get it. So they don't really look at what's the word, like excellence. So for example, my transcript, right? The way my transcript goes is that there's no distinction, right? There's no like GPAs. It's not really broken down. So it's just pass. Do you understand? That's how it goes for mine. So, and the other people like that as well. So they don't really look at your excellence per se. That's for Chevening. But for Commonwealth, yes, academic excellence must be there. So you must have very high GPA. For MasterCard, same goes. For Oxford scholarship, definitely. In fact, if you are not a first class, I don't even think you should bother. But at least I think second class for some other people. But everyone else, I will advise you, as long as you have the undergraduate degree, and also if you have even an HND, but you have lots of work experience, you can definitely, that's from a polytechnic, you can still apply. So it's not a problem. But just make sure it's backed up with work experience for the ones who finish from a polytechnic.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. Yes, it was you really clarified what's going on.
Then someone asking, Hootman Badmus is asking about Chevening. Are we supposed to apply to 3 schools while also applying for the scholarship itself? So the way I see it, right? Because like I said, this is a matter of preparing yourself for a scholarship, right? So for me, I already had the offers, right? When I applied. Whereas there are some people who, you just want to go first. So what you do is that the deadlines are different actually. So that's why it's still possible for you to actually apply for those schools and apply for the scholarship at the same time. Do you understand? But you need to understand that the scholarship is open between August to November, while the school's application process usually starts from that November downwards, right? Till like February. So that's why, because of that, you need to plan this kind of, especially if there's a particular school you want, right? You need to plan accordingly. This is not about, being unprepared. You have to be really, really prepared. So my advice to people would be, it would be great for you if you already have the offer, right? But if you don't, apply at the same time, yes. Okay, someone else is asking, equally, I have an academic publication on a career interest subject matter, but no relevant work experience. Does it matter? Well, I will suggest you start, getting some volunteering, to help you out. Because like I said, they need that 2 years work experience, right? And that work experience doesn't have to be like professional, just like I mentioned, it can be through volunteering, but volunteering full-time, it's not something like you do 3 months here, 3 months here. No, maybe like at least 6 months, 1 year, right? And have that to really back it up. So if for example, you said you have published, that's amazing, right? But that's not enough. You do have to have that relevant work experience, specifically even close to what you published, right? So keep volunteering, keep looking for those opportunities, internships. Do you understand? Because I do understand that it's difficult to get a job sometimes after you graduate. And the question comes, where will you get the experience if you don't have a job? But that's why volunteering is so important. You look at an organization, you like this organization, you want to work with this organization, so you start studying that organization, and then you now find out some gaps, and then you go out there and tell them that you would like to help out in this, and you don't want any money for it, you just want to help. And of course they would definitely take you in as a volunteer, and as you're doing that, you're getting your relevant work experience, right? And you're even able to work with them, and you never know, later on they might even employ you. So it's just a food for thought. If you have any other questions, please go ahead and ask. Although I do have a question for Hutman. So is it that you are still in school? Because if you're still in school, you still help out in terms of research. You can be like a research assistant, If you are writing publications, you can do that, and that's also work experience, If I have any more questions, okay, I think someone is asking something. Paul, thank you for your question. Does the work experience have to be relevant to the scholarship you're applying for? Well, it depends. Like, it doesn't really have to be relevant specifically, right? Like, for example, you're applying for achieving scholarship, right? Any kind of job you do is fine. But it's just that for the, if you think about it, do you have those experiences that can back you up when you're talking about your leadership? Do you have those experiences when it backs you up for your networking? And does your experience is it relevant to the course you are going to study? Because it doesn't make sense if you are doing biochemistry and then you want to study something in Masters of International Development if you don't have some kind of experience in education or in, doing something for the community. Do you understand? So that's what I would just say. That's why I still keep putting emphasis that volunteering is very important. And if you have your professional experience related to what you're going to study, that's much better, because people would look at these things, they will be wondering that why are you applying for this if this is what you do? And these are the job duties you've been doing for the past 2 years. Do you understand? So they have to be very strategic about it. But if you want more clarification, maybe you can paint a scenario for me and I can clarify more. That's for Paul.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. Paul, she's asking you to give her a scenario of where you actually have a different work experience from what you want to apply for scholarship. Or if you're okay with the explanation she has given. Okay. So he's okay with the explanation.
Yeah. Okay, so Ibukun is asking something. So Ibukun, tell us well, you don't need to be sending it only to me. It's not a problem. So she's asking if she needs to know if she must apply to 3 different universities before submitting her application to Children's Scholarship. And my answer again, no, you don't need to do that. Do you understand? But at the same time, I would just say that for people that want this Children's Scholarship, right? I would just say it again. Right now, I mean, we are already in session. They're about to finish in November. But if you are planning to apply next year, right? I'll start suggesting you do your research now. Start looking at the universities you want. And if the application process is open, then you apply. Okay. And then when they ask you, how do you plan to, fund, you can talk about that you're applying for this particular scholarship. Do you understand? So that by the time the application process is open again, you already have your conditional offer, and you have to say that, yes, you have it. You're not awaiting conditional offer. You already have it. And it kind of like helps, I don't know, I will not say that it helps your chances, but at least it shows that you're a candidate that is prepared, Although I do know some people that definitely, they start doing it while they are also looking for the scholarship. So it's also possible. But I would just suggest that, you do your research properly, right? You check the 3 different universities that you would like, right? And if the application process is open, you start applying. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you have to get your conditional offers before applying for Chevening scholarship. That's not what I'm saying. So that people don't start thinking that that's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But I personally, that's what I did. I had my conditional offer before I got my scholarship. So all I needed to do was to say, yes, I have it. Do you understand? And I feel that it was great for me. But there are people who don't do that, and they also get the scholarship. They are currently even an alumni. So it's possible. But I just say it's good to be prepared, and it's good to plan ahead. So these kind of things have to be done in a way ahead. So if, for example, you're still in the process, of getting all your resources together, to start applying for this scholarship or for any other scholarship, this is the time for you to start thinking about all these things. And be very strategic and intentional about it. This is not something that is a spontaneous process because you saw somebody getting the scholarship, right? So it's very important to take note of that.
Okay.
Any more?
I hope that is cleared. Like, she really explained it very well. So if there are no questions, leaders, will be closing right now. I want to really appreciate you for taking this time out to give us detailed information concerning scholarship, its meets, and everything that concerns it. Also, we would like the PowerPoints for us to, for those of us that are not able to write down, or the first part that was not recorded, to get more details concerning this so we don't forget it along the while.
Okay, no
So,
problem.
yes,
Do
ma'am.
that. Okay, so like I said, thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to be here, and like I said, I do like to help people, but I always say that I can't help you unless you help yourself. So
Yes.
please, help yourself first, right? And your help comes from doing your research, getting those links, reading these links, watching YouTube. I mean, there's so many tips, videos. And when people say that, where are these scholarships? They don't know about the scholarships. These scholarships are out there, right? A lot of scholarships. It's not just, Chevening. There's Commonwealth. There's so many. There's even Korea, and there's Swiss government scholarship. Currently, there's even one in Netherlands. So the scholarships are out there. Okay, so just do your research properly, be intentional about it, apply, talk to people, use your networks, right? Use your social media, right? If you want, for example, a particular scholarship, go on Twitter and say hashtag Mastercard Scholar, or hashtag I'm chosen for Chevening. That's how you see all the scholars, and you start seeing that, okay, this particular person is doing what I want to do. Let me try and speak to this person, right? And also when you do send messages to the scholars, try to, go straight to the point. It's not like saying hello and then you leave, and then you will now wait for the person to say hello back. Do you understand? Just go straight, because I receive a lot of messages on LinkedIn. And later on, I'm being told that I don't respond to these messages because I didn't even see the hello in the first instance. Do you understand? So try and write everything you want, right? Clearly, this is this. But try also to do your research before, reaching out to people, because people like to know that you have actually done your work before reaching out, not that you expect to be spoon-fed. Okay? It's very important, because it can be a little bit, irritating sometimes when you ask for the link to Chevening website. Do you understand? I will expect that by now you have actually checked the Chevening website link, right? You don't need to ask me to send it to you. But what you can ask me to send, maybe some particular resources, yes, I can do that. You know, there are lots of, and there are some specific ones I prefer, and I feel those particular resources even have the marking scheme. That with that kind of marking scheme, you know that for sure, if you apply this particular, you know, blog to your essay, you are definitely going to get it. Do you understand? But also, I would like to encourage people that if you do not get it on your first try, you know, don't get discouraged. Don't start thinking that, oh, you're not great or something. Because like I said, I got it on my second try. But then again, I know some people who got it on their fifth try, right? And I know that some people who have been applying for various scholarships for the past 5 years and still didn't get it. Do you understand? So don't get discouraged. I mean, everyone's time is different, everyone's journey is different, you know, but we're all on the same, we all definitely have the same destination. So please, you know, don't get discouraged, but make sure you do the work. So that's all I have to say. And thank you for this organization, you know, for providing this kind of support, you know, to people. And yeah, so I sent my email here. Sure, let me send. So that's what I just like to say. Thank you to the platform. Thank you for that. Thank you, Kingsley, for everything.
Okay, that will be all, leaders. Thank you for joining in tonight. I'm sure that most of us have gotten a lot of content. Like she said, we should do our research before reaching out so that you don't actually frustrate the person that's trying to help you with your plenty questions. So thank you. We can start logging out now.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye, ma.
But I've not